Hi, everybody. Welcome to Ladies Power Lunch. It's Free Gift Friday, and today for our takeover, we have a very special guest. She has become such a dear friend to me. When I see her text messages pop up on my phone, I just smile because it really, really makes my day. And let me tell you something, as soon as you guys get to know her, you're going to feel exactly the same way that I feel. She is a fountain of positivity, and who couldn't use more of that pure positive energy in their lives? I think we all could. So I want to welcome Soribel Martinez. She is actually, for those of you who don't know, we have coming up really, really soon on March 20th and 21st with a bonus day on the 22nd of March, we have the Ladies Power Lunch Spring Summit coming up. Now, a couple of things about Spring Summit. A, it's going to be a wonderful opportunity for you to network together, for you to find your next best collaboration partner, for you to raise your vibration. But it's also going to be a great opportunity for you to meet up with about 20 of some of the best speakers that I could find out there. And everybody's going to be talking about, you know what? Life has ups and downs. I mean, COVID sure showed that to us. But how can you build within yourself that unbreakable spirit? And how can you infuse that in your business? So that doesn't mean that, something couldn't happen to your business, but what it means is that you're putting the things in place to make sure that your business is going to be able to survive the storms that come. And you are going to be able to survive the storms that come. If anybody knows what I'm talking about when I talk about challenges that have happened over the last 2.5 years, just type yes in the chat because I know I've definitely experienced them and I don't feel like I'm siloed. I don't feel like I'm alone in that. So I think it's the perfect time for us to be having this conversation about what does it really take? When somebody, a guru like one of my mentors, Dr. Chopra says, be the eye of the hurricane. Like, what does that even mean? How do we apply that? What are the applications for that in our business? Today on the show, Soribel Martinez, who's going to be one of our keynote speakers on Summit, and she has a beautiful new book coming out called Unbreakable. She's going to be sharing with us how can we live up to our full potential for 2023. Ladies, and the few gentlemen who join us, welcome to Ladies Power Lunch Free Give Friday Takeover. Soribel, can you introduce yourself to everybody? Can you share with everybody who you are and just a little bit of the wonderful things you're doing in the world?
Hello, everyone. Welcome back. My name is Soribel Martinez. I am so excited to be here. I truly love Dr. Davia. I've been telling her that she looks like the women in my family, like my aunts and everybody. So we connected over that because we have the same nose, the same cheeks, and the dimples over there. They're over there too. So welcome. Again, my name is Soribel Martinez. I am a licensed clinical psychotherapist in the state of Connecticut. I am the CEO and owner of SM Psychotherapy and Counseling Services. I am also a business coach and consultant to other healthcare and mental health care professionals who are in private practice, who wants to scale their private practice to 6 and 7 figure revenues consistently with ease and flow. That's what I do. And today we are going to talk about some of the things that we need to do to really reach our fullest potential in 2023, right? We are just getting out of COVID. There's still some residual of COVID, but we are getting out of the storm. And in order for us to be the eye of the storm, we have to really be connected to something bigger than us, right? We have to be connected to our purpose, to our vision, to the creator, to the source, to that one that called us, that gave us a name, that told us that we were important, that told us that we are good enough, that told us that we can do amazing things in the world, the one that told us to come and take over and take possession over the earth so we can bring heaven to earth. So in that work, it gets done by us fulfilling our fullest potential. And do you want me to start, Dr. Davia? How we're gonna do this? Tell me. I'm ready.
Hang on, lady. Let me tell you, because I have questions, okay? So here's the deal. We're always saying, oh yeah, you have such great potential. Type yes in the chat, guys. I mean, let us know, give us some feedback if anybody's ever said to you, oh, you have great potential. Okay, potential is fantastic. Having potential is fantastic. But I know for sure that if I write potential on a check and send it in to CLMP, Eversource, you know, I'm gonna be I'm it's not gonna work out really well for me. And I feel like it's the same for you. So potential is amazing, but how can we actually take that potential and bring it into real life and live up to the potential that is there for every single one of us? What's this magic secret formula for going from potential to actually making it a reality?
So I want to start by saying this. We all were born with potential. The mango tree has potential to give us mangoes. The seed of a mango has the potential of many trees and many mangoes in there. However, if you take a mango seed and you do not plant it, and you do not water the mango seed, and you don't provide what the mango seed needs to be a tree and grow the mangoes, unfortunately, we are not going to have mangoes, and the mangoes cannot fulfill the reason why the mango tree was created. So there's steps that needs to be taken in order for us to reach our fullest potential. And I believe that one of the things that we have to do very clearly is we have to be in tune with our purpose. What was the reason why you were created, right? You need to discover that one thing that you have inside of you. You need to discover that potential. So then we can water that potential, so we can nurture that potential, so we can develop the tools and skills and abilities and qualities and character and take action in order for that potential to be able to be fruitful, and we can become what we were created to be. What I find often is that sometimes we do not, unfortunately, discover the reason why we were created. Everybody has a reason why they were created. Not everyone is actively taking the actions necessary to become that potential. Right? They stay in, I have potential, I have potential, I have potential, I have a lot of potential. I have clients all the time telling me that they have potential, but they're not living up to that potential because they forgot that they need to be connected to something bigger than them in order for them to discover and stay in tune with that purpose for which that they were created. So the truth is that the potential is not going to pay the bills, right? The potential is not, if it's hidden in you and you don't put it into work, just like the mango tree is not going to be able to give you shade if it's not a beautiful big tree. It's not going to be able to give you the branches and the leaves and the fruits and all of the great things that the mango can provide, all the benefits as a fruit. So in order for us to become that thing, we have to discover it and we have to nurture that thing so we can bring that potential into the world and we can create a better world through our potential. So your potential hidden in there is not going to do anything. Just like the mango seed won't do anything if you throw it in the garbage and you don't replant it.
So I love what you're saying. You're saying a lot of us, and this is so true because it took me a while to discover what my purpose was. I mean, I knew from very, very early on as a kid that I was here to help other people to live their optimal lives. I knew that, but how? What was going to be my vehicle? So when I when I went to school, I learned how to, be a physician. I learned how to create pharmaceutical drugs to perhaps bring something to the world to help cure some kind of disease. I thought that was my purpose, but after doing that for a while, I realized, well, not quite. That's not exactly the direction that was made for me. So, how can somebody who's out there looking for what their purpose is, how can they really find it? Because it doesn't seem to me as though it's as intuitive as I might have hoped.
I believe that we were made to believe that our purpose is somewhere lingering around. As a child, no, it's not out there lingering around. The key, when you lose something, you will find it exactly where you lost it. So when we get disconnected with our purpose, you knew the how, that's not your business. Our business is to know what we were created for. So what happens is that society and the teachings and the reprogramming of our brains and things out there tell us that we don't know what we want, that we are not sure, that we have to go find it somewhere. No, everything is inside of you. All the answers are in us. We just have to be able to connect with that answer. So what happened is that I told you the other day that think about the flower that we take away from the garden. We pick the flower for the garden and we put it in a vase inside of a house, and we put water, we put aspirin. That's what my mom tells me to put it so it lasts longer. Put aspirin for other things in there to last longer. But eventually the flower is going to die because that's not the flower's place. The flower's place is to be in the garden. So when you don't know and you need to go discover what your purpose is because you got disconnected from the source. To the flower, the source is the earth. So it can go deep and it naturally gets fed by its nature. We were created by God, by the universe, by source, by your creator, whatever you want to believe. We were created. We came with a seed inside of us. Because at 7 years old, I knew that I was going to do something big in the world. I didn't know that I was going to go through all the things that I have gone through to get to this point, but I knew that I was going to be a business owner, that I was going to do big things, that I wanted to change the course of my generations, that I was going to be the first to do everything in my family. I knew. In the course of growing up, other people put things in our ear. People used to tell me, girl, you always have an opinion. You might as well be an attorney because you always have something to say, right? But they didn't say it in a positive way. It was in a negative way because they wanted to quiet my voice. They wanted to quiet that purpose that was in me because it was my voice. It was my throat, my voice that God was going to use my tongue to help other people transform. So society start changing these things and start putting things in your head. But that doesn't mean that we don't know. It means that we took a different path because we got disconnected from the source. So your purpose is inside of you. So the how, that's why you come to therapists. That's how you come to coaches. That's how you read the books. That's how you do self-development. That's how you discover not the purpose, but the how. In how you're going to deliver the purpose into the world, right? So, the first thing we have to do as women, as men out there, is know exactly what we want. We've been told so many times that we don't know what we want. And we do know what we want. We just don't know how to express what we want because so many times we were told that we shouldn't be saying that thing. When I used to say back in the Dominican Republic that I wanted to go to Paris, they used to shut it down. Like, where are you going? Girl, you live over here. Do you see where you live? Paris is over there. Like, it was impossible for me, right? So in my head, in my child's head, I believe and I knew that I can go to Paris. But somebody changed that belief that God put in me and that trust. Somebody changed it through their own limiting beliefs and wanting to make me believe that that was not possible for me. So it's not that we don't know, it's that we got disconnected from the source because of the external world. And now we're trying to find the thing outside of us because we think it's out there. And it's not, it's within us. We know exactly what we need to do because you were selected and you decided with God that you are going to come to this world together, and you co-created this possibility for you before you were even born. We need to get reconnected to the source, and we need to know exactly what we want and what we desire, because the desires of your heart, that's where it is. When God puts the desire in your heart, that's a nudge that he's giving you. When I wanted to write a book in my heart, that's God's desire. God wants people to read the words that I have to say because somebody out there may benefit from it. When I wanted to do that journal and God put it in my heart, that's God's will, because that's how he wants me to express all the things so the world can benefit from it.
So we remember who we are. We get reconnected with source, whomever we might choose to believe source to be. And then what's the next step for us, Soribel? What do we do next?
The next step, once you know what's your purpose, I think that once you reconnect with the source and your purpose and you know exactly what you want, create a vision. But create a vision so big that the world outside is like, what in heaven she thinks she's doing? Create a vision so big that you will get scared, right? Yes, that you get scared of your own vision. Because if it's not big enough, you're not dreaming enough, you're not thinking enough, you're not visualizing enough. So create such a big vision that the person next to you feels that energy, but they're like, what? She really thinks she can do that? Well, who am I not to? Who am I not to? I'm a child of God, and I was giving everything that I need in order to create exactly what I desire. Right? So a vision, your vision has to be big. Remember that all the things are bigger than you. We are just a speck that can create such an amazing experience for others. But we have a lot of potential inside. And through our vision, that potential can get manifested.
So we're here on the, first quarter, still in the beginning of 2023. How can we make sure that we're not stuck in the same patterns that we've been stuck in before, that as we go into this new year, we can actually make this new year count, make this year the year that that potential, that ability that was built into us, that big vision that we've created for ourselves, that we can actually start to see it being realized? How do we do that?
I was talking to a client, and we were talking, and she came to me for some intimacy stuff. But she still keeps saying, but I don't want to do it. But if you don't want to do it, if you don't want to change it, what are we doing here, right? One of the first things that we need to do is make a definite decision. We have to make a definite decision that we want what we want. Because wanting something and not being willing to do the work, it makes no sense. You need to decide that you want this change and identify the why of why you want to get up every day. For me, every time I think about my son, every time I think about the people that depend on me, every time I think the people that have to read this book, every time that I think about, I wake up with the energy that I need, because you are fueled with the energy that is necessary to get the work done. Because let me be honest with you, the work is never like the easiest thing. And honestly, I don't want anything easy in this world. I want to work for the things that I want. Because when I work for the things and then I achieve the thing, I become a different kind of woman. I'm not the same woman today that I was a year ago, 2 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, right? So you need to really make a definite decision that you want to fulfill your purpose, your vision, and that potential that is in you that you're about to manifest it into the world. Because having all that potential inside of you and dying with the music inside is a waste. Because you are valuable to the world. And when you're not showing up 100% in the way that you need to show up, you are wasted, because you are important, and your vision and your mission and your dreams and your potential is needed in this world, no matter what anybody says.
So we discover our purpose and potential. We get connected to our source. We create our big vision, and then we make a decision and get connected with our why. And this is the way that you're saying that we'll be able to make this year different from the other years that have gone by.
That's the beginning. And you have to have a why that is big enough, that's bigger than you, bigger than your challenges, bigger than the storm, bigger than the adversity, bigger than the problems, bigger than the challenges, bigger than the difficulties, bigger than you not wanting to get up. You have to be connected to a why that's bigger than you, because you are going to want to look at things for these eyes. See these beautiful eyes right here? These only see the reality. The reality, and sometimes the reality doesn't match the potential and the vision. And the enemy uses, or what we see in front of us, to confuse us and keep us entertained, and to keep us distract us. So you can choose to get distracted, or you can choose to look beyond your eyesight and look with the vision that God gave you, so you can fulfill the biggest thing that you want to do in the world. And it's not easy. It takes work. But if you're willing to do the work and you make a definite decision, we can make that happen.
That's so beautiful, Soribel. I want to bring in Dr. Tanya, who's joined us over here in the Zoom room. And I just was wondering, Dr. Tanya, how is all of this landing for you?
Soribel is speaking my mind, but with a different accent. That's all.
I love it.
and it's really true. I mean, I wrote in the chat here, D means of, sire means God. The desire is put there in your heart from God. So when you have a desire for something, there's a reason why, because there's something there. And I would also add that, if it's not your genius, it's not your job. So look for the places in your life where it seems like easy and effortless. Those are the things that are really characteristically you and what you can bring. So for me, singing blues music is easy. Doing healing with people, easy. Marketing, not so easy for me. So easy for you and effortless that other people would not see that, right? Other people might not see that. So yeah.
I love that. Thank you, Dr. Tanya. And of course, for all of you who are listening along and watching along with us in our Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group, I do invite you to go ahead and drop in the chat any comments about how all of this is landing for you, anything that's coming up as you are watching along. So, Soribel, for the next few weeks, we're going to have you on and we're going to have you sharing some of your wisdom, giving us a little bit of a sneak peek on what's coming up in your book, and even giving us a little bit of a sneak peek about what's going to be presented by you at our upcoming Ladies Power Lunch Summit in March. Can you today share with our audience one tiny free gift that they can get from you today and start to enjoy the beautiful, beautiful content that you have?
You guys can go to, what is that website, Dr. Davia, where we have the gift?
growsmarternotharder.com/bundle.
Yes, go get my gift there, because that gift is amazing and it can help you begin opening the doors to you getting in tune with your vision, your purpose, and discover, getting the world to see all that potential that you have within you, because you don't do the world any good if your potential is hidden. Like, we have enough to go look for diamonds. We don't need to go find your potential. Your potential should be right there for all of us to see, so we can grab it and we can use it for the benefit of the world.
Yes, and so that we can actually go from not just having this potential that's something that's nebulous and kind of pie in the sky, but we can actually be living our potential every day. What a wonderful sentiment. So, so very beautiful. Soribel, it's always a pleasure to talk to you every single time. Dr. Tanya, really, really excited that you could join us here in the Zoom room today. And I want to say to our Free Gift Friday winners today, Wanda, Jane, Enner, Dr. Tanya, and Patricia, thank you so much for joining us today. If you're watching along on our podcast or on our YouTube channel, I invite you, come join us in our Ladies Power Lunch Facebook group. That way you can be live and part of the conversation every single time that we go live. And it's very easy to join. Just go to growsmarternotharder.com/Facebook. Thanks for joining, everybody. And I'll see you guys on the next show. Bye.
Bye-bye.